Now, it looks like Adam Schiff really did a bad thing. They have him. Now, let's see what happens.
President Trump is targeting Democrat Senator Adam Schiff over possible mortgage fraud. Fox obtained a criminal referral sent to the Justice Department from the Federal Housing Finance Agency director.
So the president today is accusing me of fraud, and the basis of his accusation is that I own a home in Maryland and I own a home in California. Big surprise. Members of Congress, almost all of them own more than one home or rent more than one home because we're required to be on both coasts. So he is using my ownership of two homes to make a false claim of mortgage fraud.
It's one thing to lie to the public. It's another to lie on your federal mortgage form. And Senator Adam Schiff might have done both. Because remember a while back when I told you guys about the shady mortgage situation with him claiming two primary residences? Well, guess what? Now there's a criminal referral, a real government referral to the Department of Justice.
I would think this ought to be a pretty cut and dry investigation. There's documentation proving that he did it or not, but in his answer to the question, he completely evaded the main point. And again, I don't know the exact benefit to him, claiming them both as primary. Politically, I suppose it looks bad if he's claiming Maryland as his primary residence. Sounds like that's what he is, his primary residence. He's pretty much a swamp creature.
This is a big problem for your boy Schiff. So we're going to break this down because this does get messy. And while we're at it, we're going to compare Schiff's case to another case that we talked about on this channel many times, a very familiar name on this channel, Letitia James. She got her own mortgage fraud situation going on, and those allegations are bubbling up. And by the end of this, we're going to figure out who's really got the worst case on their hands. Let's get into it.
When you say that you want Adam Schiff brought to justice,
I would love to see him brought to justice. I'll tell you what, I think Adam Schiff is one of the lowest of the low. I would love to see him brought to justice. He is a dishonest, crooked guy. I don't know about the individual charge, if that even happens. But Adam Schiff is a serious lowlife.
So here's what Senator Adam Schiff did. He owns two homes, one in Burbank, California, and one in Potomac, Maryland. Now, Schiff's supposed to represent California, right? He's a senator, right? But for years, he told banks that the Maryland house, yes, that one in the DC suburbs, was his primary residence. Why does that matter? Because primary residence gets you the best long terms, lower interest rates, better approval odds, less risk for the bank. But at the same time, Schiff was telling California tax officials that his Burbank condo was his real primary home. So this is where things get really spicy for Adam Schiff, because enter Fannie Mae. They backed several of these loans Schiff got, and when the investigators took a closer look, they said that this was basically a sustained pattern of possible occupancy misrepresentation. Translation, this is not adding up. This is a problem. You need to fix this. We're talking 5 loans from 2009 to 2020. Fannie Mae was looking sideways at him, asking him, hey, sir, where are you living again? And let's be honest, that Burbank condo, it's 691 square feet. So we're going to believe that Adam Schiff has a wife, 2 kids, and a full-time job getting paid really well in DC. You mean to tell me the entire family was squeezed in a small closet of a LA apartment while the Maryland house was just chilling? Come on, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Now here's the new development. Trump's pick to run the Federal Housing Finance Agency, a man by the name of Bill Pulte, sent an official criminal referral to the Department of Justice. This referral says that Schiff may have falsified bank documents and property records.
Adam Schiff. Director Pulte reports that Adam Schiff claims he lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. Now, how does a family of 4, and you're a developer, a very successful developer, how does a family of 4 live in a 1-bedroom apartment?
Now, it looks like Adam Schiff really did a bad thing. They have him. Now, let's see what happens. It's not up to me. It's not up to, I stay out of it purposely. But it's mortgage loan fraud. It's a big deal. He defrauded banks and insurance companies and the federal government. But it's very simple. It's mortgage loan fraud.
This is pretty serious. It's not just noise anymore. This put Schiff on paper as a potential mortgage fraud suspect. Labeling your house as a primary residence can save you thousands over time. You get the better interest rates. You get lower down payments. smoother referrals. If you could trick the system, you will walk away with a sweeter deal. Now, just because someone sends a referral does not mean it's a slam dunk. Obviously, right now, there is not an indictment. There's no perp walk right now. There's not even a statement from the DOJ saying that we're on it. But this is just a very official letter that says, y'all should look into this guy. And the Fannie Mae memo flagged it as possible misrepresentation is not necessarily fraud right now. That one word matters legally, but it doesn't look great, obviously. And what is Schiff's defense? How he is able to explain this?
So today, Trump posted this on social media, accusing me of crimes and saying that I needed to be brought to justice. The controversy of the Epstein files has dominated MAGA world. And the president needs a distraction, and I am a convenient distraction. And the basis of his accusation is that I own a home in Maryland and I own a home in California. Big surprise. Members of Congress, almost all of them own more than one home or rent more than one home because we're required to be on both coasts. So he is using my ownership of two homes to make a false claim of mortgage fraud.
So basically, his defense is we have two homes. I work in DC, represent California, and everyone knew that that was up. And Schiff's defense, well, we have two homes. I work in DC, represented California, and everyone knew that was up. The banks weren't tricked. Hopefully, for his sake, the Department of Justice believes that defense. But while we're here, let's not act like this is happening in a vacuum, because Schiff and Trump, the beef has been going on for a while. I think it's equal to 50 Cent and Ja Rule. They just don't like each other. And these two have been going at it for years. Schiff was one of Trump's loudest critics during the Russia investigation. He led for the first impeachment. He called Trump a liar so many times. But the sword cuts both ways, because when you spend years calling someone corrupt on camera, you have to make sure that your own paperwork is squeaky clean, because otherwise, the first time you trip up, your political enemy, especially if that political enemy becomes the president again, they're going to go straight for the jugular. And that's what this looks like. Trump is back in office, appoints his guy to the housing agency, and within months, boom, Schiff gets a criminal referral to DOJ for his mortgage history. Is it a coincidence? Is it payback? Or is it just proof of fraud? We're definitely going to see what's going to happen in the next couple of months. So let's compare this to the other person that we talked about on this channel for a very long time, Letitia James. We're talking about my Attorney General of New York. She's also accused of mortgage fraud. She allegedly lied about living in a Brooklyn apartment to qualify for taxpayer-backed mortgage help. We're talking about state-sponsored benefits, public money, and you really can't fake that. Now, Schiff got better mortgage rates. Letitia James allegedly scammed the system. And yes, she's the one who spent the last 2 years dragging Trump for real estate fraud. So you definitely see the irony there. But let's go side by side. Schiff, two homes, both called the primary place to live, got better rates from private banks. Letitia James claimed that she lived in NYC while allegedly living elsewhere to get taxpayer help on a first-time home buyer program. But that loan was only for New Yorkers actually living in New York. And her campaign filings, tax records, and even her neighbors was saying, nah, she wasn't living there. And who referred her to this investigation? Damn near everybody. New York State Republicans, Department of Buildings, even Congress is starting to chirp. She got some federal heat, media heat, and some real paper contradictions that is way more than Schiff. And obviously, she is still the top cop in New York. If she committed mortgage fraud while charging Trump for the same thing, that is next level hypocrite energy. So let's call it for what it is right now. Adam Schiff may have played it fast and loose, but so far there's no charges, no money stolen, no clear deception, just some shadiness going on, some misrepresentation, but we'll see exactly what the Department of Justice really believes in that situation there. But Letitia James allegedly misled the state, got cash from taxpayers, and did the thing while serving as an elected official, going after other corrupt officials. So Schiff's case doesn't look as bad, but Letitia James looks the worst. It looks truly criminal. Letitia James has committed a felony. So we're going to see what happens with her. But what do you guys think? Is Schiff skating because he's being... But what do you guys think? You think Adam Schiff committed mortgage fraud? And do you believe this is the same level of mortgage fraud that Letitia James is allegedly being accused of? Which case is worse? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this content, please hit the like button, sub if you haven't. If you really want to get to the behind the scenes of some of these breakdowns, check out my Patreon, sign up for the newsletter. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.